Yeah, I just went live now, so fingers crossed things are working and you can hear it fine. We've also got the Atmos one going, it sounds good as well, so yeah.
Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to a very sunny City Oval on the final Saturday of May. Excellent conditions, no breeze to either way. Yeah. Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to a sunny City Oval here for round 8 action of the BFNL. It's match of the round of the live stream via the BFNL Match Centre and the vision of the Red Onion Media Group. We're not far off a start here. Redan will kick to the right of screen. Barely a breeze to speak of. Bathed in sunshine. Cool conditions. Cliffhanger in the reserves. Ballarat won by a point. Redan won by 47. And the under-19s, or under-18 and a half. So the unofficial conqueror ahead of us here this afternoon. It's 5th V9, 3.5 wins for Ballarat. Just the one win for Redan. But they consider themselves a real chance on their home deck this afternoon as the siren sounds to get play underway. It'll be Ford in the ruck, won that tap against Butler. First possession to George, quick hands, got it to Jess, who found Pope, who went short and lateral, and the kick was good and found Fitzgibbon on half-back broadcast side. So he'll look to switch plays. An important cog in the chain for Redan, and the kick didn't let him down. Found Matthews, who went towards half-forward, and Lee got on the end of it on half-forward. So a positive start for the Lions here today. Kick went short to Connolly. Spilt the mark. Loose ball opportunity. Going the tap there was Lee's. Follow work was good. He was swarmed by Swans. It's normally a case of seagulls here at City Oval, but on this occasion, the Swans getting involved. Ball up. So it'll be Ford and Butler. Ford won the tap. Loose ball opportunity here. Swarm of players around the footy, and the umpire will come in and effect the ball up. At the restart, another tap to Ford. Chance for Rinaldi. Fired the hand pass out to Wardley. Excellent tackle there from his opposing number there in McLean. Loose hand pass from Collins. Went boundary side. Was cut off there by Gray, who's been in form. To Rinaldi, to outer centre wing. Loose ball. Chance for Zach Maple. Gathered to shrug the tackle. Got it to Hooper. A mile away from home. He went along the line. Be lucky to keep this in. Nearly an excellent grab there taken by Jake Treva. Couldn't hang on. Through traffic. Perkins, left foot, squaring kick was good. Opportunity here for O'Brien. Speak of Paddy, who went to the running Dreba, and Noah took a mark on the run toward goal. He'll go back and have a shot here, some 25 to 30 metres out from goal. So Redan, with a succession of possessions in the opening minute, has been cancelled out from a near coast-to-coast effort by the Swans. That's resulted in the first shot on goal. So it'll be Dreba. And he snuck it in here. Excellent start from the Swans with their first forward 50 entry. Noah Dreba gets the first major of the afternoon. We'll keep you updated with scores in a very entertaining round of BFNL football, albeit potentially Melton host Sunbury at McPherson Park. North Ballarat at home to Darley on Mars Stadium. Each Point host the Lakers. And back at Smarsha at home to Sebas. But here at the restart in the BFNL's match of the round, the Swans with the opener through Noah Dreba. Going to ground there was Squires, one of the hole denied. Ball spat at the back. Chance for Gray, who I mentioned has been in form. Dumped as he kicked, but it was effective nonetheless. An opportunity here for Squires. He's normally sure by foot. Barely went the required, but found Fraser. We go to the outer side of the ground. On the bounce, they're away here. Was Gray, squaring kick to Butler, who presented off half forward. Quick hands to Maple, normally good by foot. This one, no exception. The mark's been taken there by Harwood. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal here. So while the opening minute resulted in no score for Redan, the balance of the game, albeit the previous 2.5 being controlled by the Swans. And Harwood shoots towards goal, and they like it, the Swans supporters. And they get back-to-back early goals here at City Oval. They're 2 goals straight, 12. They lead Redan, no score. So Ballarat will be looking to get away to a Good start this afternoon, having won just one first quarter for the season. And on the flip side, Redan would want to be in this game at three-quarter time, you'd think, having not won a final term in their 2025 season. Early 12-point lead to Ballarat. 4.5 minutes gone at the restart. Butler in the ruck, won the tap. Loose ball get. Gray's had 3 disposals already. Quick hands to Rinaldi. Shallow entry inside 50. As the gather there from Harwood was excellent. Opened the door there for Battistella. He couldn't grab it. Hooper could. High up and under kick towards Biggie in the goal square. It knocked away from him there by Bond. Gunser. Quick hands. Got it over to the popcorn man. Speak there of Lang with that popcorn hairdo. Have a look at that. Boundary throw in inside the Swans. Forward 50 here. They lead by 12 points. 5 minutes gone opening term. Biggie won the tap to Battistella. Hurry kick across the body. Bouncing ball is just off to the right through for a minor score. 2-1-13 Ballarat. As you can tell by those beautiful trees here around the perimeter here at City Oval. No breeze to speak of. As Redan negotiate their way out of defence, Fitzgibbon got on the end of it, went into the middle of the ground, and the kick was good. And McLean was up to the task. Always had plenty of potential, McLean. Lee made the kick look better than what it was. Fed the hand pass back towards George, who was elusive to get away from Hooper. Had a bounce and went with the left boot. In the Bond direction presented. Speak of Taj, the tall man, got an arm chop, said the umpire. Pay the advantage. They go forward, and it's Gleeson on the lead, who's taken a grab, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal here and a chance to get one back for the Lions. Entertaining opening. 6 minutes. What a ripper day City Oval, or Ballarat, has put on for us this afternoon. Decent crowd. Just the one game of AFL in Melbourne. And that was last night. No excuses not to get to the local footy today. And Gleeson's shot went awry off to the right through for a minor score. So Redan on the board. Of course, they did lead Melton here a few weeks ago at half-time. Really rattled the reigning premiers before they had a reset at the half and booted 10 goals to 1 in the second half. Kick-in was safe from the Swans and found Drever. But he's just bereft of option momentarily. Dangerous kick, but it was effective nonetheless, and found Battistella, who's had a possession in both 50s, or inside each 50 at the moment. That was another dangerous kick from Battistella. Loose ball opportunity here will result in a ball up on half-forward broadcast side. Tick over 7 minutes gone opening term. It'll be foot and forward. Loose ball, gather, Gray. Quick hands, cut off there by Lee, who was tackled, taken to the ground. So Foot into the ruck today. So no Marcus Powling, no one's seen him all year. So big shoes to fill, Foot. Ball up. Tap one there by Ford. Loose ball opportunity there for Smart. Couldn't get through the traffic. Turnover opportunity for Redan through Martin. Find the hand pass out towards Gunser. Had it stolen from him. And Rinaldi hooked up with the brother and went to outer centre wing. Now inside 50 in the Biggie direction. Bond's got the job on him. Off hands. Over the line for a boundary throw in. Gee, what a matchup that is. Bond and Biggie. Sounds like the good man and the villain of a Bond movie. There'll be a boundary throw in here. Ballarat 13, lead Redan 1 point. Tick over 8 minutes gone, opening term. Throw in. So those two, Bond and Biggie, contested that ruck duel. Tap one by Bond, only as far as Rinaldi. Right foot kick to the goal mouth, across the face. And it's gone out of bounds. So Zach Rinaldi looking dangerous. His brother too, not shy of impact. Throw in, shallow one at that. Bond just landed on his foot in the end and ricocheted back over the line for a throw in. 20 metres around from the Ballarat goal. Near 9 minutes gone, just the 2 goals thus far this afternoon, both to Ballarat. Throw in, Biggie grabbed it out of the ruck. Saw Hooper, just handballed it to where he was and not where he was going. Turnover opportunity. Was Connolly in the middle. Constable did well to repel. Gleeson tried to get it to the advantage of Ford. It'll sit up for the big man. He should have went by hand towards Collins. Elected to go by foot and has opened the door here for the Swans on half back. Swarm of players around the footy. And there'll be a ball up. Gee, the big man Ford had to give that footy there to Collins. Supply the runner. Chance here for Foot. Just threw it onto that boot. Is the only Swan to be wearing the long red and white sock today. So if anyone's looking for Wally, you've found him. Short kick was okay from Zach Maple. Got it to Squires. Entry inside 50. Made it difficult for Butler. Lang provides the pressure. So too Gunser. Forced to release the ball by hand. Back to Lang. And they ran out of space and territory over the line for a boundary throw-in. 12-point lead to the Swans. 10 minutes gone opening term. Oh, the umpire picked out a free kick to Gunser. He'll go short. Barely went the required to Kite, who laconically finds Bond on the defensive 50, close up against the boundary line. He can just chip it over the top to George, and the kick was okay. So he looks to square the kick with a 45. It was the best kick of the afternoon, but Mortlock let him down and spilt the mark. Loose ball opportunity for Squires. Had a touch of the fumbles. Another opportunity here for the Swans through O'Brien. The short kick, the hit up was okay. And found Gray, who's been busy early. Lowers the eyes. The kick was good. Butler said, that's much better. I'll appreciate that delivery every day of the week. He'll go back and have a shot on goal here. So the Swans games against top four opposition, Butler has always been in the conversation of positive comment from those coaches. Speak of Darley, Sunbury, East Point and Melton. But the commentator's curses let him down on that occasion. Off to the left for a minor score. So while the Swans lead, that was clearly a let-off for Redan. It's one of the more even 5th v9 matches that we've seen in the BFNL for some time. So Gunser lopes away, gets plenty on the kick to half back. It was a good grab. So the right foot was told to play on. Got it towards half forward. Kick was a ripper. Found Pope on that occasion. He'll enjoy this moment with ball in hand. He got it this time and went out to the pocket in the McLean direction. Constable got a clean spoil. Connolly overran the footy. Opened the door for the Swans defence. Look out, Perkins. Your ping, son. And he's coughed it up. And it's a resultant shot on goal for Redan. Chance to narrow the margin back to 7. So it'll be McLean. Laconic style. Kept it low, but it was enough to get over the hand of the foot, if that makes any sense. And Redan get their first 1-1-7. They trail Ballarat 2-2-14. Back in the middle of the ground here, midway through this opening term in BFNL's match of the round. It'll be Foot and Bond. Tap one by Foot. Perkins held up. We'll get a ball up. Bond again. Foot got the second tap, only as far as Matthews, though. He went with a searching hand pass. Council should get a free kick here for a hold. The overcommit there from Maple. We'll see Gunser bring a broadcast side to Bond. He's closest to the sun of any player out on the ground today. Right foot kick. Shallow entry inside 50. In front, O'Brien. Couldn't hang on to the mark. Did the defensive thing well. Held Jess up in the tackle. Took him to the ground. The umpire donning the hat this afternoon. Such is the evidence of the sunlight on City Oval. And we'll get a boundary throw in. So quite an even start. Ballarat look good when they can create the overlap. Boundary throw in. Forward and foot. Pressure on the contest from Squires. On Mortlock was enough to create a stoppage 50 metres away from the Redan goal. Forward wanted to grab it out of the ruck. It went straight through his hands. Went to ground. Opportunity here. Left foot kick across the body for the Swans. Got it beyond half back. It's been cut off there by Matthews. We got on the end of that Fraser kick. So he'll look to square the footy here. Biggie needs to impact, and he did, but he couldn't deny Bond, his opponent. Quality play, the mark. In the middle of the ground here. He looks to move the ball forward. Oh, at the back there was Ford. He's pushed forward and taken a nice grab. There's a minor shot on goal, either the former Darley Junior. So a chance to get Redan back within a point here as we approach 16 minutes. Kick goes across the face. Doesn't quite get the journey. As the umpire paid a mark, they're just going to convene here between the boundary umpire. So did Bond have enough of it? No, we'll get a throw in. Redan deep in attack here. 16 minutes gone. Throw in. Tap one by foot. Umpire's picked out a hold here. He'll go against the big fella. And it'll be Taj Bond with a shot on goal here. And an ideal opportunity has presented for Redan to get back within a point. So Taj Bond, he's been Redan's leading goal kicker this year with 8. In the new role with more minutes deep in their front half this year. Kicks through the ball, but off to the right. And another opportunity goes begging for Redan. They're 1 goal, 2-8. Ballarat 2-2-14. So they'll waste no time bringing the ball back into play to the Squires' direction. It was strong overhead. Took a nice mark on the defensive 50. Played on. Went direction of Butler. Had the ball knocked away from him. Gunsum, right place, right time. Front and centre. Put Connolly under the pump. Dispossessed. Chance here for Pope. Needed the support. Matthews provided. Got it over towards Lang, who ran through the middle of the ground and went direct forward. Got a couple to beat. There's an excellent grab taken there by George. And the former Williamstown veteran will go back and have a shot here. 35 metres out. And a chance to level the score. So, Lockie George. Distance won't be a problem. Normally accuracy. Scores level here at City Oval. 18 minutes gone. First turn. 2 goals, 2 apiece. Quick little sneak look around the grounds. See what's happening. Hopefully they're on the ball here at Play HQ. Bacchus Marsh, no. North Ballarat 6, Darley 8, Melton 7, Sunbury 13, East Point 20, Lake Winderee 7. There's always one. Back in the middle of the ground here. Excellent tap there from Harwood. Gee, he got up in an unfamiliar role. Rinaldi at ground level, forced to release the ball. Good pressure there from Lee. On Rinaldi, hurried kick out of the congestion. High up and under in the Butler direction. And it knocked away from him. Lang endeavours to keep it in. He did momentarily off the hand of Bond over the line for a throw in. And they've played some 38 players this year, Redan. It's just an amazing ask, given we're only in round 8. Loose ball opportunity, eluded Hooper. Soccer off the deck, foot race on in earnest here. Redan have got the outnumber, and they'll get the overlap through Collins, who went inside 50, shallow entry inside. And the mark's been taken there by George. Collins kept running, but he'll look to go square out in the lead direction. Got a couple to beat at the back. He got his hands on it, couldn't bring it down. Rinaldi went to the brother, who went further afield towards Gray, who got it to outer centre wing and found Perkins on outer side centre wing. Chipped it over the top to Squires. They look dangerous with the overlap, the Swans. They're going coast to coast here at the moment. Squires inside 50, and Biggie took a mark out in front of Lockie Bond. We go back and have a shot on goal here. An opportunity to restore the lead 20 minutes into this opening term. Decent run up for this shot on goal. Biggie. The approach from outside 50. And will kick from just inside. Beautiful kick of the footy. Swans players love it, and the goal umpire loved it even more with the salute of the two fingers. And Ballarat get a steadier. They're 3-2-20. They lead Redan 2-2-14. Entertaining opening term here at City Oval. Of course, the big recruit, well indeed, Biggie, played a couple of games for North Melbourne last year after a move from Richmond, and can provide a real focal point. Gee, they've got some versatility with the ruck options, Ballarat. So it'll be Harwood and Ford. Ford won the tap. Loose ball opportunity for Gray, overran it. Gathered there by Pope, sent the ball forward. Bertoni got a tough bounce. Mains did the mopping up to Drever, to Rinaldi, to Maple, to Battistella. Just needs to keep it in front of him. And he'll carry it over the line with the pressure of Jess, who endeavoured to steal it from him. Call it even. We'll get a boundary throw in outer side centre wing. Time on opening term. Ballarat by 6 points. Throw in. Ford out of the congestion. Only as far as O'Brien, who did the cutting off. Can get the ball rolling in the mate's direction. That was an excellent gather off a favourable bounce, and he went forward to Biggie. It's a down the ground free kick. And it's going to go to Biggie. And he'll have an opportunity here to kick back-to-back goals and regain a 12-point advantage in time on here at City Oval. So Biggie, gee, he looks good when he kicks the footy. Look at that. That's fair income gone on to the top of the supermarket. Excellent finish there from Biggie. He gets his second. Ballarat get their fourth. And some separation. 12-point ball game. Time on in this opening term. Well, he's going to be a handful all afternoon. But Lockie Bond, obviously, nothing to do with conceding that one. More a disciplinary outcome from the midfield. Back at the restart. Tap one by Foot through traffic. Gray did the U-turn. Went forward. Hooper. Just outpointed Grant on that occasion. He'll go back and have a shot here from about 45 metres out. Near directly in front. Ballarat lead by 12 points. They kicked the last 2 goals of the game through Biggie. So Hooper, who's kicked 9 goals this year, the sharpshooter. He too, normally a beautiful exponent of the drop punt. This no exception. 3 in a row to the Swans. And we're out to a game high 18-point lead. Ballarat 5-2-32, lead Redan 2-2-14. I don't think I've ever been to a game involving Ballarat. But Hooper has either one, not played in, or two, not kicked a goal. Back at the restart here, ball up, 18-point lead to the Swans. Can we get a response out of the Lions? Bond won the tap. Confidence up, pressure on Connolly. He's unable to release the ball. Umpire wastes no time. Good use of the body there from Bond, who got it effectively to Pope. Tumbling kick forward, bouncing ball. Just eluded Collins, but he's normally good at ground level. Tried to knock it to the advantage of Connolly. His gather was clean, missed the target, and meant for Gleeson. Follow-up work was good. Took on one too many. He'll be pinged. Good pressure from the Swans. And Perkins will go short. They like to get the ball into the hand of Fraser. He's normally a thumping kick. So a chance for Battistella. He goes along the line in the foot direction. And took a nice mark in front of Ford with the lead up. Wearing Wally's sock, of course, as we alluded to earlier. So the awkward kick goes in the Biggie direction. He wanted to push. I think he's going to get it too. He just dropped the line overboard there, Biggie, and the umpire took the bait. And he'll kick from outside 50. I tell you what, though, this may not even be beyond him. But will he put it to the hot spot, or will he put it on top of the supermarket? There's two options for Biggie. So he goes the former, and the kick's been cut off there by McNamara. He'll get 50 against Drever. So that'll get him out of trouble momentarily. And he plays on, and he goes by hand, and they hook up here. Pressure on Kite, and he's been tackled and pinged. So they mess that up, the Lions, and look out for the rebound, because Gray has it in the middle of the ground. Just laconically went in the O'Brien direction. Loose ball gather from Drever. 2-on-1 here for Redan, and numbers prevail. And Bond didn't let him down. Matthews a little sore. Short kick was okay to Petruni. They can just chip it over the top, looking towards Pope, who's starting to accumulate. Drop what he should have taken. Forced to apply the tackle now on Squires. And we'll get a ball up on out of centre wing. Ballarat 5-2-32. Redan 2-2-14. Near 27 minutes gone, opening term. Right in front of the Swans coaches box here. Tap one by Ford. Meant for George. Copped a high one, said the umpire. Advantage paid. The kick went towards the attacking 50. Wardley forced to release the ball, got away with it. Fraser got the overlap, and they're away here. Short kick there from Maple. Went to Rinaldi, who tried to fox to get the 50. Denied by the umpire, but then he sent the ball forward and found Hooper on the lead-up, who took a nice mark in front of McNamara. And Hooper gets the opportunity to kick back-to-back goals for Ballarat, and that kick will come after the siren here. So already a game high, 18-point lead to Ballarat. Hooper on the board with one chance to make that two and extend the margin to 24. Right on 50. No breeze to speak of. It'll be all about the accuracy. Has he got it? Indeed he has. And a momentum builder for the Swans into the quarter-time break. 6-2-38. They lead Redan 2-2-14. And if the siren hadn't sounded already, just doing another sound check there, they just let it go again. Well, the things that happen in local footy. Well, the goal scorers, Biggie has 2, Hooper 2, Drever and Harwood 1 each, whilst for Redan, George and McLean have their goals. An entertaining opening term, but it's, while scores were level, touching time on in that opening term at around the 20-minute mark. Ballarat booted the last 4 goals of the game through Biggie and Hooper to get it done. Guys, we'll take a look at scores around the grounds before a break. Ripper day here at City Oval. No need for the jacket just yet. Bacchus Marsh 7, Sebastopol 7, North Ballarat 7, Darley 20. So they've started well on Mars. They've adjusted to the atmosphere there. Melton 19, Sunbury 16. That sounds like a ripper. East Point 29, Lake Windermere 7. But here at City Oval, it's Ballarat who lead by 24 points, 6-2-38 to Redan 2-2-14. A break and back with the second quarter action in around 5 minutes' time.
Macca's meets the Minecraft universe with the new A Minecraft Movie Meal. Get one of 6 new collectibles and your choice of a Big Mac or 10-piece Chicken McNuggets with new Nether Flame sauce. Feel like a kid again, only at Macca's.
Chase Scarborough got on the right side off that stoppage. Set the ball forward.
Oh,
Nearly brought down mark of the year. Shot on
goal.
Good through. They'll take that.
So he's happy to let Owen know about it.
Questions being asked of the Bloods defence. Excellent work there from Huxtable on Heaney. He'll get it back here off Kavakovic. Another shot.
Got it.
Now that'll reach the highlights reel. Davis couldn't hang on to the mark. Lose ball opportunity here. Cobras with the outside of the right boot. It could be.
Got it.
It may be something out of nothing. What a great finish. Welcome back to City Oval, ahead of the second quarter action here. It's the Swans who open up a 24-point lead in perfect conditions here. Gee, this ground is a ripper, City Oval. Siren sounds to get played away. What say Redan? A response? Can we get one? Tap one by Butler. Pope gathered, took on the tackler, held up, and we'll get a ball up. Some good pressure there from Zach Maple. So it'll be Ford and Butler. Ford won the tap. Knocked forward there by Fitzgibbon, only as far as his opposing number 7 in Tristan Maple. Quick answer, Perkins. Got it to Rinaldi. Managed to shrug the tackle of George and just tipped it over the top. Ground ball opportunity. It's Pope. He looks every bit a player. Kick across the body. Just went over the hand of Jess. And the umpire has picked out a free kick down the ground. And it'll go to Jess. Onto that left boot. Goes towards half forward in the George direction. Could have caught one high. The umpire agreed. Needs to get it in long as he weighs up the options. A little indecisive. Now he goes forward and wide to the pocket. Intended for Taj Bond, but they've got numbers here. The Swans through Noah Drever. Kick cut off by Bond, who went back by hand to Fitzgibbon on the left. Players set themselves in the fly at the back. McLean. Nearly contender for mark of the day. We'll go back and have a shot here. Chance to get one back for the Lions, who've conceded the last 4 goals in essentially 11 minutes of play. So McLean here, every bit capable. Look at that. Goal umpire does not move, and an ideal start for Redan in his second term. They get the margin back to 18. I don't know how many people you're allowed to have on your bench over there, but Ballarat have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And 18 on the ground. It's a flock of Swans here at City Oval. The restart. It'll be Ford and Butler. Tap one by Ford. Chance for George. Good start for Redan. Sent the ball deep into attack. Out in the Bond direction. And the big fella came out and took an ice mark on the chest. Didn't even bother turning around with every intention of going back and have a deliberate shot on goal here. You know, he missed one he should have kicked in that first term. Chance to atone and get back-to-back goals here for Redan. Get them back within 12 points. They should get over to the big man if he can slot this one. So from 45, kicks on its way, just off to the left. A let-off for Ballarat. Whilst they're comfortable with a 17-point lead at the moment, the Lions are coming. So Drever goes short to Fraser. I want to get onto that left. Nice kick of the footy. Good pressure there from McLean on that kick, but he managed to still get it 50. The back Butler got a bit of it, couldn't bring it down. Ford dribbling ball, clean bowled most. Matthews got on the end of it, found Jess, went deep into the goal square. Chance here for the big fella. Swooping on the ball there was Bond like a little man. Just got a little ball to boot. Oh, there's a hold. Umpire called play on. Redan a bit stiff there. High bump there from George on Drever. He's a little bit worse for wear, the youngster. And George, who has been in the wars this year, already had a three-week spell on the sidelines. And he's a bit worse for wear. Noah Drever, the distributor, out of full back for the Swans. And he needs to go off for a spell. Yeah, he's not in a good way. Yeah, just dragging his feet there, Drew, but that's not a good sign for the young Swan. So we've got to wait for Drever to make his way off the ground. He'll go straight over the boundary line here. And that will give every indication that he will be done for the day if he can't be taken through the interchange. We'll keep an eye on that as Wardley gets the ball, tumbling ball beyond the defensive 50. Ford read it well. Off the boot and took an uncontested mark at the end and a chance to send Redan back into attack. Shallow entry inside 50. Good spoil on the ball. But the umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Collins, who's a skillful player. Former Sandringham Dragons product. A shot on goal here. Kicks on its way. Goal umpire has very little to do other than put up the two-finger salute for the goal. So a good start for Redan to the city end in this second term. They've kicked the only 2 goals of this second term inside 6 minutes. Margin back to 11 after Ballarat led by 24 at quarter time. So Collins gets his first. Young Draver still in the hands of the trainers, making his way around to the Swans compound. Ball up. Here they go again on the back of that forward tap to Jess. Deep entry inside 50. Bond again. Went off his hands. Went searching for McLean. He ran away from the contest. Could have been a hold there on Maple against Gleeson. Denied by the umpire. We'll get a throw in. Good to see lots of families here at City Oval today. We get the Oz kick at half time. We've got a game on here. Throw in. Tap to Butler. To Perkins. Left foot kick across the body. Juggling attempt. Nice mark taken there by Hooper on half back. So he wastes no time and he goes wide in the biggie direction. Got a terrible bounce. Forced to apply the tackle in the end on Lockie Bond. Oh, he's been pinged there, Bond. Not sure he had a great deal of prior, but Biggie with ball in hand. We'll get the Swans inside 50 for the first time this term. Tick over 7 minutes gone. To no one in particular, but Butler from the side. Read it best. He was the only one to get a hand to it. And the versatile Butler will go back and have a shot here. It's a tricky shot. 45-degree angle. And after his layoff in the first half of last season, he really had an impact in that block of games that Ballarat were able to string together and ultimately end up in the first semi-final. Oh, look at that for a kick. Like a scratch goal for 3-iron straight through the middle. 7-2, 44 Ballarat. Accurate in front of goal today. Lead Redan 4-3-27. We're back to a 17-point ball game at the 8th minute mark of this second term. So he lived up to the billing, the comments, as I alluded to in that opening term. The top 4 clubs in the BFNL, all with a common theme of how impressed they were by Butler. So we're back at the restart, forward and foot. But running away was Rinaldi. Good pressure on the kick. Spoil of the ball there was good there from Grant. He was able to hold it up. Maple runs away. Speak of Zach. At the ball up. Grabbed out of the ruck there by Ford. High up and under kick. Got it to outer centre wing. Foot race on here. Draver and Fitzgibbon got a terrible bounce. Got to Gray in the end. He was sure by hand to Fraser, who went with the left boot out in the Hooper direction. Good spoil at the back there from McNamara. Hooper got his own ground ball. Went onto the left boot. And it was well read there by Gunser. Maple, Zach not happy with that. So it'll be Gunser. He's had a heap of ball in the last few weeks. Is forced to play on. and get onto that left boot. Short kick was okay to Jess, who told to play on by the umpire. Gunser kept running, went into the middle of the ground here. Ground ball, Swans have got numbers. Can they work it out through Tristan Maple? They can. Who got it to Gray, who just chipped the steadying ball out there in the Perkins direction. Gathered cleanly, sat up for him, and he sent the Swans into attack. Biggie's got a couple to beat, but he was up to it. So Biggie will go back and have a shot on goal here. And chance to kick his third. And not for the first time this afternoon. Back-to-back goals for the Swans. 50 metres. Well, this will make a sure thing of it. And Biggie will get his third. Just chipped it over the top. Can't believe he just chipped it over the top there and over the goal umpire's hat and didn't even clear the fence. He was 3 metres out. Irrelevant information as Biggie gets his third here at City Oval. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that ripper game at McPherson Park. Sunbury with the footy audit. Melton, well, they haven't really been the dominant Melton as they were last year, despite their 6-1 record. Ball up. Tap one there by Bond again. And they've won near all hit-outs this afternoon, Redan. Mind you, Ballarat, when Foot's not in there, conceding height more often than not. O'Brien went low. And he'll get the free kick. Not by the officiating umpire, though, however. So he'll go short to Squires. He'll go to the middle of the ground and found Smart. He'll play on with the right boot. Inside 50. Biggie the target over his head. Clean bowled Gunser. Running back towards goal is forced to knock it through for a rush behind. Rinaldi was right on his hammer. Speak of Lewis on that occasion. So they waste no time bringing the ball back into play. It's Martin with ball in hand. Kick was good. Gleeson dropped what he should have taken. Gathered a clean ground ball, but swarmed by Butler. And we'll get a ball up on half forward out of side for the Swans, who lead by 24 points. Tap one by Bond. George got it to Pope. Right foot kick to outer centre wing. Gathered by Fraser. Sent the ball wide in the Rinaldi direction. Speak of Lewis. And then, he just saw Bond over into the fence, if you don't mind. But the big fella's okay. Such is the height of the big man. He was more likely to hit his head on a windscreen than the fence. Boundary throw in. Bond. Foot won that tap, but this time it went to the man from the Vatican, the Pope, who went into the middle of the ground. Bouncing ball, foot race on here. Drever got a terrible bounce. Speak of Jake, but somehow he got the ball back to Mains, who went by hand. Rinaldi got it over the top. Chance for Squires. Ran to 49 and then set sail for the goals. Is it accurate? It is. Team lifting goal for the Swans. They're looking ominous here at City Oval. They get 3 in a row and they extend to a 30-point lead here. 9-3-57. Ballarat lead Redan 4-3-27. So Wyatt Squires, with one of the best names in footy, gets his first of the afternoon. I did refer to that name as a great name for a vintage wine or a beer. Loose ball opportunity out of this ruck contest by George, who wanted the hold. Ford took it entirely to pick the ball up. Did so in the end, the big fella, but he was tackled, wrestled to the ground there by Foot. So at the restart, Ford decided to grab it out of the ruck, throw it onto the boot. Mates took a grass cutter, paid the mark, goes short to Fraser as the old designated kicker type across half back. Short kick was okay to Battistella. He's got time to measure the kick on the left boot to half forward and hit up Tristan Maple. The Footscray VFL listed product with ball in hand. Goes with the right boot. Into the pocket. Biggie knocked away from him by Bond. to the safety of the boundary line. We'll get a throw in just under the digital scoreboard here at City Oval. Well, I touched on a flock of swans. We've got, I don't know what you call a flock of kids, but there's plenty of them at ground level here, just underneath the broadcast position. Now Hooper fired the hand pass out to foot, went through his hands. Ford became the beneficiary, went to outer centre wing. Good use of the body by Wardley on Connolly. Took a nice mark. He went short to Maple, who will continue. I speak of Tristan, who'll just seem to get better the longer this game goes with his run and carry. Right on cue. He got it from Rinaldi and sent the shallow entry inside 50. Biggie wanted the push, but the umpire said no, blew the whistle and paid the mark to McNamara. He went with the right foot. Kick was okay. They link up here through Gunser. Onto the left boot. Went one way, then the other, and then to George, who took a nice mark 50 metres away from goal. He wanted to go onto the right boot and found Gleeson, who spilt these last couple of overhead opportunities, so went with the safety of the chest on this occasion and held it. He'll get a chance to kick a goal here. Missed an opportunity in the first quarter too, did Gleeson. So he and Taj Bond have missed a couple of set shots. And this has missed everything. It's gone wide into the pocket. Bond got plenty of it, the big fella. Couldn't bring the ball down. Just an almost moment there for Redan. Gleeson was lucky to hit his foot in the end. We've got a boundary throw in. Deep in Redan's forward 50. And we'll get a throw in again. Too shallow, said the umpire. 30-point lead to Ballarat. He's 17 minutes gone in this second term. Throw in. Bond tried to grab it out of the ruck. Who too had a touch of the fumbles. Beats to a honey pot. We'll get a ball up. So Redan, we're looking to score here. Keep this game alive. Battistella fired the hand pass out to Rinaldi, who got it to Gray, who went beyond half back. Nice use of the body there from Drever. Took a nice mark. So onto the right boot he goes towards half forward. Biggie the target through his hand at the back. Redan got numbers through Matthews, who provided the support for Lockie Bond. He sent the ball to outer centre wing. Terrific mark taken there by Tristan Maple, who went short. Went over there. Oh, Rinaldi went to ground and then at a second attempt nearly hung onto it. Loose ball gathered there by Lockie George. Sent it to half forward. Target was Collins. He had it knocked away from him. Batwani over the footy. We'll square away a stoppage here on the centre wing. Ballarat 9-3. Redan 4-3. Near 18 minutes gone. Second term. Neither ruckman could impact that on that occasion. Gee, that was some pressure applied there by Perkins on Ford. Yeah, well, if Ford was a car, he would have put a dent in it. Ball up. Ground ball opportunity there for Ford again, and the big fella's happy to hold it up, and we'll get a ball up. Threw it back to the umpire, such as the sun in the eyes, I reckon, and hit him right in the forehead. Ball up. Tap, foot, swing and a miss by foot. Work that out. Chance here for Pope. Went by hand. Through traffic went Rinaldi. He's been busy. An opportunity here for Batoni. Took on the tackler and pinged by the umpire. So Maple's had his own footy in the last 5 minutes. Speak of Tristan. So Billy Crofts, another Footscray VFL listed player from Melton, playing twos today and assuming the runner duties in the seniors. So Ballarat combine from one side of the ground to the other. And O'Brien gets on the end of this and he looks into the middle. Kick had to be good. There were 4 Lions swarming Rinaldi. And the short kick from Zach was good. And they keep it moving to Mains. His kick was smothered by Ford and the you-know-what, by the you-know-whats. And, yeah, that kick, there was a clash of shins, I think, there. And Mains is a little bit worse for wear. And Ford doesn't look the best either. He needs, looks like he's in for a roadworthy. Ballarat 9-3, Redan 4-3. Yeah, that looked like it hurt. A clash of shins there when you go to smother and the boot goes into the leg of the pursuant. And not good news for Ballarat. He's in a bad way. His young mates. So he's done for the day as well. So they're down 2 rotations here, Ballarat. It'll be Battistella who send the Swans into attack. Over the head of all and sundry, Rinaldi, and it knocked away from him there by McNamara for a rushed behind. Gee, every time Biggie goes near it, you think something's going to happen. Gunser wastes no time bringing the ball back into play. McNamara chipped it over the top, and the kick was fine. And found Pope, who went along the line to outer centre wing to Connolly. Now, what to make of this, Redan? Right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Gleeson on the chest, got away from Rinaldi. And he plays on, lowered the eyes, went into the pocket. And the kick was good and found George. He needs to go back and have a shot on goal here. Get Redan back into this game. 31 points. Just the efficiency of Ballarat going forward. Doesn't mean a great deal in the game. You know, between the arcs, George misses to the near side. One behind. Yeah, it's just the efficiency of Biggie and Hooper. They look every bit dangerous inside the Swans forward 50. And they've kicked 5 of Ballarat's 9 goals today. So the Swans negotiate to broadcast centre wing. Bouncing ball. Having to wait under it. There was Zach Maple. And just giving Gunser a little nudge. And there I was going to go back and have a bit of Jess as well there. Maple. It's out one by foot to no one in particular. Connolly had eyes for the footy. Gathered there by Jess. Slung there was Paterni. Half forward here for Redan. Carroll applied the tackle. We'll get a ball up on half forward broadcast side for the Lions. 22 minutes gone, second term. 24-point lead at quarter time to Ballarat is extended to 30. And it's Perkins out of the stoppage. Sends it in the grey direction. Chance here for McNamara. Like this player. He's a good kid. Look at that. Beautiful. Didn't let me down. Found Batorni in the middle. He got it to Pope and went to the outer side centre wing. Chance here for Martin. A late inclusion for Bond. He got it over the top to Gleeson. Back to Connolly, who loves a goal. He's got another one to his name. A much needed goal in general play for the Lions. Connolly gets his 8th goal of the season. He gets his first of the afternoon. And they're within 24 points. Which in fact was the quarter time margin here. So Connolly in the famous number 62. In fact, I couldn't name one other player that's ever worn 62. So you can own that, Jake. Well done. Good finish. Back at the restart. Time on second term. Bond went early, but still won the tap. Pope didn't want to do the U-turn, so he fed the hand pass to Gunser. He had a touch of the fumbles. Smart was there to apply the pressure and square away a stoppage. Yeah, they've had some fumbly moments for Dan, especially when they're getting out of stoppage. Chance here for Pope. Could have been held. Umpire called play on a second time. Denied. Squires meant for Battistella. Missed him. Foot race on. Perkins couldn't pick it up. Might have caught one from Batorni. Umpire let it go. Lee gathered the footy. And now this time the whistle's blown and he'll get the free kick. So it goes into the middle of the ground. Pope. He's quite industrious. Onto the right boot. Waste no time. Into the pocket. George the target. Got caught in the middle of the sandwich and went through his hands. Chance for McLean. Kept it in somehow, but then he's tackled, bailed up. And we'll get a ball up right on the boundary line, some 25 metres around from the Redan goal. So 3 goals apiece in this second term. George grabbed it out of the ruck. We've seen that a few times over the journey. His kick went a metre. Was knocked over the line there by Carroll. We'll get a throw in. A restart of sorts. Every player in Redan's front half amid this boundary throw in. George tried to do it again. A copy-paste. Couldn't do it. Lee could have caught one high. No. And we'll get a ball up. Ballarat 9-4. Redan 5-4. Entertaining game. 4 goals. 25 minutes gone. Stick with us via the BFNL Match Centre. Clearing kick out of the congestion from Squires, who's had a bit of it. Got it to Butler on the bounce. He released the ball just in time. He got it to Hooper. The overlap was good. Biggie ran onto it and went with the right boot, squaring one at that. Foot race on here. G Smart got a terrible bounce. Good use of the body. Clever dribble. Butler tried to get it out to Jake Trieber. Denied. Smart with an opportunity. Tackled, taken to the ground by Connolly. And we'll get a ball up 40 metres away from the Ballarat goal. Yeah, they're a good side to watch, Ballarat, when they can get that link up. Tap one by Biggie. Uncontested in the end to Lee, who was held up. And we'll get a ball up. So it'll be Bond. Speaking of Taj and Biggie. Biggie won the tap. O'Brien forced to release the ball. Clever tap there from Perkins to Rinaldi. He went out wide, went through the heads of brother Zach. Chance there for Jess, who just knocked the ball forward towards half back. Whistle imminent, and we'll get another ball up. Players just looking for a half-time break here. Time on in this second term as the stoppages start to mount. An opportunity for players to get some air back into the lungs. Warm conditions for the last Saturday in May here at City Oval. Beautiful sunshine though. 24-point lead to Ballarat. The stoppages start to mount up late in this second term. Chance of Pope, dumped, taken to the ground, wanted to push. Umpire said no. And guess what? We're going to get another stoppage, are we? No, umpire let it go. Right foot kick across the body, shallow entry. Battistella wanted to push. Not forthcoming. Matthews held the mark and went into the middle of the ground. Foot race on here. Lang had a couple to beat. Jake Trieber just tackled the man without the ball and brought him to ground as if he had it. And we'll get a stoppage. Tick over 27 minutes gone. 24-point lead to Ballarat in this second term. And the sunny skies in PFNL's match of the round. Foot won the tap. He's held up there by Ford. Geez, I shouldn't have mentioned the pattern of repeat stoppage because it's just got to about 10 in the last 4 minutes. So Rinaldi, well, Battistella will get a mark or a hold. Geez, those Rinaldi boys like to accumulate. It's been an excellent addition to the Swans. Carisbrook's where they're from. And Butler came with them in a package deal. I'm not sure anything went back the other way, unfortunately, for Carisbrook. 28 minutes gone, second term. Ball in, tap one by Foot. Jess held up by Perkins. We'll get a ball up. So the free running play has sort of seemingly come to a halt in the last 10 minutes. And we'll get another one. So on the halftime siren, we'll get an update score from around the grounds in PFNL action this afternoon. Foot went high. And his tap was good to Perkins. Forced to release the ball. Foot race on here. Chance for Lang. Gathered, tackled. We'll get a boundary throw in on True Centre Wing broadcast side. So Ballarat led by 24 points at quarter time. That lead has remained the same ahead of the halftime break. Throw in, tap one by Ford. Got it to Lang. Too high, said the umpire. Against Squires. He could have played on. Should have went to Pope there. Not for the first time. You can see Pope getting a little frustrated, and I'm with him. Stay in the moment. Well, the present, as they say. And the umpires just had enough of these stoppages. Couldn't be bothered coming in for another one. And a free kick's going to go Ballarat's way to Fraser for holding the ball. And that'll get play moving. Fraser, normally a good kick. Went out wide in the direction of Battistella, who opted to keep the ball in. Maple went over the top, trying to get it back to Battistella, but the Lions have got numbers through Matthews. Lee was pushed. Umpire called play on. Perkins got it back to Rinaldi, who got it to Squires, who went in, bought ambitious. Turnover. Pope, standing start. Fed the ball by foot towards half forward. He was just bereft of option, just needed a support runner, but they were just standing there, so he opted to take it on himself, but it's resulted in a turnover. They get it to outer centre wing. Drever's low kick, got it towards Constable on the bounce. He turns and opens up play and goes in the biggie direction and went over his head. Perkins held without it. He'll get a Butler, it was. He'll get a free kick here, 35 to 40 metres out from goal. So you do see that from time to time where the ball is obscured in front of the player by the man in front. And just overcommitted. On the tackle. And has resulted in this Butler free kick. He'll shoot from about 40. It's no harder than his previous slot from a similar distance. This angle directly in front and not beyond Butler, who's heading for goal number 2. Better off sending with the boundary line for a shot. He's just missed that one off to the right in the minor score. 9-5, 59 Ballarat. Redan 5-4, 34. So it'll be Gunser to bring the ball back into play for Redan. Collins presents broadcast side, but he goes to centre wing. At the back there, McLean had a bit of it, could hang on to it. Mortlock got one high every day of the week. We'll take that free kick. Now he can give it to Lee, and he will, and he ran through the middle of the ground. Now who's presenting forward? Well, it's just a couple of swans, really, and Wardley was one of those. He can give it to Tristan Maple, who ran to half-back and delivered to Hooper, who read the ball better off the boot. Mark cleanly overhead and out-pointed McNamara on that occasion. He played on to Tristan Maple, who kept running, put Perkins under the pump, bumped off one and another like a Dodgem car and sent the ball forward to Biggie at the back. Bond in front. Umpire called it even. Gunsy doing the mopping up for Redan and goes with the left boot and he comes wide, broadcast side. It'll sit up for Ford, rewarded for his running. Right foot kick, just overcooked the kick. It's going to come back as quick as it came in. And Constable's kick off the hands of Drever. As the siren sounds here for half-time, an entertaining one at that. Once the players were looked to be gassed there for a 5 or 6 minute period late in that term. Some general play was restored momentarily before that half-time siren, but we've got a 25-point lead to Ballarat after they led by 24 at quarter time. Let's just have a look at the goal kickers before a look around the BFNL. Biggie has 3 for Ballarat, 2 to Hooper, and 1 each to Squires, Noah Drever, Butler and Harwood. Whilst for Redan today, McLean has 2, George and Connolly and Collins have 1 each. Yeah, they've missed a couple of set shots too, Redan, that would have kept them closer on the scoreboard. They're certainly not out of it. It's a 25-point margin separates the two, but injuries to Haints and young Jake Drever is going to make the Swans' task a little bit more difficult in the second half with 2 rotations down. Let's just take a look at scores around the BFNL. Keep you updated with what's happening. What say of the match of the day on paper out of McPherson Park between Melton and Sunbury. Melton, 6-6-42 lead Sunbury, 4-8-32. 12 scoring shots apiece, but it's the Bloods who lead by 10. North Ballarat 4-2-26, trail Darley 5-6-36. Nothing in that game either. 10-point lead to the Devils. Bacchus Marsh 5-3-33 leads Sebastopol 4-5-29. Nothing in that game either. And the only one with any degree of real separation is East Point 9-11-65, who lead Lake Windaree 2-3-15, a 50-point margin at Eastern Oval. But here in BFNL's match of the round, live from City Oval, it's Redan who trail Ballarat by 25 points. A break and back with the second half action in around 10 minutes' time.
Macca's meets the Minecraft universe with the new A Minecraft Movie Meal. Get one of 6 new collectibles and your choice of a Big Mac or 10-piece Chicken McNuggets with new Nether Flame sauce. Feel like a kid again, only at Macca's.
Scrabble got on the right side off that stoppage. Set the ball forward.
Oh,
Nearly brought down mark of the year. Shot on
goal.
Good through. They'll take that.
He's happy to let Owen know about it.
Questions being asked of the Bloods defence. Excellent work there from Huxtable on Heaney. He'll get it back here off Kovacevic. Another shot.
Got it.
Now that'll reach the highlights reel. Davis couldn't hang on to the mark. Lose ball opportunity here. Cobras with the outside of the right boot. It could be.
Got it.
It may be something out of nothing. What a great finish. Welcome back to City Oval ahead of the second half action here in a most entertaining opening half. Ballarat 9-5-59. Lead Redan 5-4-34. 24-point quarter-time lead was extended marginally to 25 by the visitors, endeavouring to consolidate their spot in the top 6. Ripper day here, no breeze. The siren sounds to get play underway. It'll be foot and forward. Neither ruckman could gain any ascendancy, but an opportunity here for Ford, dribbling ball towards half forward. They'll just raffle it here. O'Brien got it over there towards Fraser. The big fella foot needed to release the ball. He did. He got it to Squires, who went through traffic and steadied the ship and went wide towards Perkins. Look out! Took a nice grab. Wheeled onto the left boot and went forward in towards the Zach Naple direction. Got a bit of it. Didn't hang on to it for long enough. So Lang combined with McNamara, and he fired the ball out to a deserted outer centre wing. Bertoni leading into the race for the ball. Evasive skills, did well the youngster. Onto the left boot, went forward. Nice grab taken there by Lockie George. Too far out to score, wastes no time. Sending the ball forward. And breeding it well at the back there was McLean. Wardley a little bit disappointed. He flew early for the footy. And a chance here for McLean. He's kicked 2 this afternoon. He's had a presence forward. And another deliberate shot on goal. From directly in front here for Redan. And it's the perfect start. Bit of a copy-paste to that of the second term for the Lions. They get the opener. And they're back within 19 here. Opening minutes, third term. McLean gets his third. Just update scores from around the ground. Sebastopol have gained the lead at Mattingly Park, 44. Bacchus Marsh, 35. North Ballarat, 26. Trail Daly, 43. It's a 10-point lead to Melton at half-time against Sunbury. And East Point lead the Lakers by 50. We've got a game on here. Not beyond reach of the Lions to get back into this, if not already. Ford got his own clearance again. Maple off half-back, tried to keep it in front of him. Gleeson, the pursuant, had enough impact to get it to Pope, who found Jess onto the left boot, wide into the pocket. Good spoil on the ball from Constable. Chance for Harwood in the shadows to do the mopping up. Went by foot beyond half-back, from out of the shadows into the sunlight. Gathered there by the Pope. It's been a free kick here. It's going to go against Jess by the looks. For too high on Rinaldi. Speak of Zach. And if not in the walls already, a couple of swans. This could be a third. With young Haints and Drever already off the ground. So Zach Rinaldi will go for a spell, and it'll be Jake Drever with ball in hand with the right boot in the biggie direction. The outstretched hands, he took a nice mark, and he looks a bit sore too. Gee, they're the walking wounded at the moment, the Swans. And he'll have to go off for a spell. He's in a bit of pain himself, the big fella. You can almost feel that pain from here. A real stinger. TC's looked dangerous too. The first opportunity to call a game with him involved, the big off-season recruit for the Swans, who missed the Darley game with a corky, but he's looked every bit dangerous. Inside 50 today for the Swans, with his 3 goals and his aerial presence, such as the respect given to him by the opposition. Coach in Gary Lamont to send Lockie Bond to him, and Biggie is in the hands of the trainers and is hobbling off the ground. So that's 2 players down in the opening 4 minutes of this third term to match the 2 players lost in the opening half. They've got 18 fit players at the moment at Ballarat. So Perkins with the high kick into attack. Nice grab taken there by Lockie Bond, who'll enjoy some time away from Biggie. Overcooked the kick, meant for Lang. Foot race on. Pope will gather the ball just inside the boundary line cleanly and measured the kick beautifully to Carroll. They had a shocker. Ball landed on his boot and ricocheted over the line, out of bounds on the full. So Constable will send the Swans back into attack, who are down to 18 men at the moment. And Zach Maple, something out of nothing, has been able to manufacture a mark on the chest, just outpointing Grant on that occasion. And a shot on goal imminent here for the Swans. And a chance to cancel out that McLean goal in the opening couple of minutes and restore a 25-point lead that was the margin at half-time. So Maple, it'll be all about the accuracy, and that looked every bit pure off the boot and through for a goal. So a steadying one for Ballarat, their 10th of the afternoon. They're 10-5-65. They lead Redan 6-4-40. Tick over 5 minutes gone in this third term. Gee, the Swans. It's going to be a big effort. Look, I know Redan haven't won a last quarter all season, but when you're down to 18, no rotations, it's going to ask plenty of the group. Back at the restart. Tap one there by Foot. Chance for Squires, dropped it, and then wanted the hold. Hot footy at ground level. Squires fighting tenaciously, just shoveled it out. In the direction of Maple, who took ball to ground. Speak of Tristan on that occasion. His brother Zach responsible for that previous shot on goal. Now Foot out of the stoppage. Got the hand pass towards Zach Rinaldi, back on the ground. Loose ball, gathered there by what might have been just a momentary blank there, excuse me. Chance here for Draper, who got it to Rinaldi, sent it forward to Hooper. It was Matthews, in fact, who made it difficult to identify with the bright sunlight on the bald head. So it'll be Hooper from 45 metres out from goal. Chance here to kick his third, and back-to-back goals again for Ballarat. They've been the real difference in the game. Ballarat's ability to get those back-to-back shots on goal, and then the dangerous hands of Hooper, who's normally very good by foot, and again a commentator's curse, much to the chagrin of Swan supporters tuning in this afternoon. They'll want me to save the superlatives for another time after the shot. So it'll be Gunser with ball in hand on the back of that let off. He'll go with the left boot beyond the defensive 50. Bond in front, strong overhead. Outpointed Tristan Maple on that occasion, and Gleeson. Oh, kick into the man on the mark. Good awareness there from Maple. He's held up there by Bond, and they'll get a ball up. Well done there by Tristan Maple, staying in the present. After being outpointed aerially, he was able to impact with a 1% of the smother. So no gain there for the Lions, who wanted a hold. Pope, hair pass was hopeful rather than anything else. Zach Rinaldi's high up and under kick went in the Hooper direction, but it was well cut off there by Lockie Bond, who's enjoying some time behind the footy. Right foot kick towards half back, bouncing ball. Just set up and favoured Lang, who went with the hand pass towards Jess, who could have gone again by hand to Boturney, but he elected to go long to George. He's just outpointed Wardley on that occasion. And a shot on goal imminent here. So George has had a few opportunities in front of goal today. He's just got the one. He needs to get some reward for his impact and presence in general play on the goal front. Chance to narrow the margin back to 20. George, training drill, goal. Goal for goal here in the third term. 9 minutes in. George gets his second, and Redan stay in touch. That's all they need to do, the Lions. Just stay within striking distance and make the most of your opportunities, because Ballarat will surely have theirs 7-4-46. Redan. Ballarat 10-6. 66. 9.5 minutes gone. Third term. And the Swans are the walking wounded at the moment as the casualty list builds off field. Ground ball. Who can get the next clearance? Pope's attack on the footy was good. His hand pass to Jesk. Couldn't get through the traffic. We'll get a ball up. So Ford and Foot. Foot won the tap. And then Jess knocked it back into Foot's hands. And then Pope broke away. Ran to half forward. Went towards George, but it went over his head. Loose ball is seen over the line for a boundary throw-in. So he's quite the meters gain player is Pope. It's the first time I've seen him as well. Throw in. Bond won the tap. Gleeson forced to release the ball. Taj Bond is held up there by O'Brien. And we'll get a ball up in the shadows of City Oval. Redan in attack. Bond gathered, took on the tackle of Foot, threw it away, and pinged by the umpire. So Foot, with ball in hand. Geez, I'm having a bit of fun with the play on words. Right foot kick. Awkward one at that. Went through the hands of Wardley. Zach Rinaldi gathered. Right foot kick across the body. Butler's got a couple to beat. Terrific mark taken there by Lockie Bond again. Not for the first time this afternoon. So, despite Biggie's 3 goals today, he's been good. And there's the grab from nowhere to Ford, and he'll go back and have a shot here from about 40 metres out. So a nice grab from the big fella. So there's a little bit of breeze, but it's not really favouring anywhere. It's just a slight one across from outer side to broadcast side. So Ford's kick's on its way, and it's off to the right. So, while 7-5 on the scoreboard appears economical, their 5 misses have come from essentially set shots. Ball comes back into play. The distribution of Maple, who got it to Wardley. Back to Maple. Right foot kick along the line. Chance of Fitzgibbon. Couldn't gather. O'Brien could. Hand pass meant for Maple. Went behind him. Good pressure there from the Lions. And we'll get a ball up 40 metres away from their goal. 19-point ball game here. Foot went early, still won the tap, however. Did his own roving, swing and a miss by Foot. Well, managed to get some dribble on it. McLean held up, taken to the ground, and we'll get a ball up. Geez, I'm tipping the temperature's just going to go in decline from here on quickly. Out of the congestion, Ford. Use of the body there from Bond. Open the door. Fraser needed to be clean. He was at ground level. Fired the hand pass out. Missed Constable. And Maple rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. So some good moments for Redan in their front half. They just need to get some bang for buck for their entries. Tap one by Foot. Loose ball opportunity for Jess, who's a left foot up. He's been tackled. Taken to the ground, we'll get a ball up. Swans holding the ball. But no prior. As soon as he gathered, he was swarmed. So it'll be Foot and Ford. And we'll get another ball up to the sound of the drums here at City Oval. 13.5 minutes gone, third term. Still a couple of moments to play out here. Game-defining moments I speak of. Rinaldi kept it in front of him. Speak of Lewis. Right foot kick, beyond outer centre wing, into the sunlight. Chance there for Grant, couldn't gather cleanly. Bond applied the tackle, loose ball gathered there from Harwood. Right foot kick, Hooper running back with the flight of the ball. Bouncing ball, bounced end on in. As the oval ball can do, and rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. Now Ballarat into attack as players stream forward to make up their ground inside the Swans 50. So it'll be Harwood and Bond. Speaking of Lockie on this occasion, won the fist only as far as Jake Dreamer. Pressure from Fitzgibbon was good on the Dreamer kick, and the fly from Jess was equally as impressive. He came down hard, the youngster. Off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. And I think he's going to be okay. So can Redan deny the Swans? They've been, well, they've just seemingly found a way to score most times inside their 50. That's better. Well, Fitzgibbon missed the target by hand, meant for Lang. Over the line for a boundary throw-in. Big cheerio going out to Harry Lawson, not playing today for Redan. He's a good player. A lot of injuries to the Redan lineup throughout season 2025. Slip disc is Harry's problem. But the Lions have an even bigger problem at the moment because they trail by 19 points and a shot on goal imminent here. Through Perkins, who runs around onto the left from 40, gets plenty on the kick. How's the accuracy? It's good enough. Steadier for the Swans. They get their 11th. It's back to a 25-point ball game here at City Oval. Ballarat have answered every challenge so far from the Lions to date. Gee, just when I thought it was the drums, it's actually 1,000 kids running up and down the stairs here in the grandstand. Like 100 kids had seen McDonald's for the first time from about 40 metres away, off on their bikes. But adding a bit of atmosphere to City Oval here on this Saturday afternoon. Under bright sunlight, it's Ballarat who lead by 25 points. Ford again, swing and a miss. Loose ball opportunity here for Jess, who was held without it. They take the advantage though. Carroll, clever hand pass over the top to Collins. Needs to make this count. Goes to a one-on-one. George the target. Could have been held. Umpire said no. Oh, McLean. Oh, geez, that ball just ran away from him. That thump goal side was dangerous from the Swans. The ball just eluded McLean, who ball just wouldn't sit up for him. Just had too much speed on the ball. So I'll rush behind. Back to a 24-point ball game. Maple brings the ball back into play. And they're away here, the Swans. Well, seemingly. So O'Brien gets on the end of it. Goes back. And the left foot kick from Fraser was measured. The big fella foot couldn't take the mark. Jess did the mopping up. Got it to Lee, who went with a high up and under kick. George and Bond the targets again. Good use of the body by George. Couldn't quite bring the mark down. Ground ball opportunity for the Swans defence through O'Brien. Got it to Maple, to Perkins. Back to Maple. Look out! Gone. So some good hard work forward pressure there from the Lions. Was resulted in a reward for the tackle of Carroll on Tristan Maple and a shot on goal to come. They were able to show some real pressure in that third term last week against Darley Redan, so they won't die wondering how able to work their way back into that game. But evidently a fourth quarter a loss again cost them. So it'll be Carroll from 45 metres out. 24-point lead to Ballarat. And the kick's on its way. And it's another set shot on goal miss from the Lions, who reduce the margin to 23. Ballarat 72, Redan 49. So it'll be Bailey. Penetrating kick beyond half back, sun in the eyes. Nearly a terrific mark taken there by the Swans. There in Maple, but it wasn't to be. Zach Maple. So we'll get a ball up. So it'll be Harwood and Bond. Loose ball. Connolly couldn't break the tackle, and we'll get a ball up. Half forward out of side for Redan. Time ticking away from the Lions to reel in this lingering 24-point deficit. Chance for Pope. Release the ball. Gathered there by Collins. Quick hands there from Martin was good. Got it over towards Connolly. High up and under kick. Oh, coming back with the flight there was Lee with courage, could hang on to it. O'Brien got the hand pass over towards Constable through the middle of the ground. They got it to the elusive Smart, who found Butler. Back to Smart, who's got some toe. Right foot kick to an open forward line. Hooper. Oh, coming back with the flight. Terrific mark taken there by Bond to save the day for the Lions. He's just had about half a dozen marks in this third term alone, Bond. As McNamara sends the ball towards Bertoni. They go along the line to Gleeson, who marks on the chest. Poor old Ballarat. They had just got no one on the bench to get the rotations. So Matthews hooks up with Lang. Goes onto the right boot. It's going to ask a bit of Connolly. Squire's in front. Call it even. Ball goes to ground. Swarm of players around the footy. And we'll get a ball up, you'll think. Oh, the umpire's going to play holding the ball here. It's going to go against the big fella there in Bond. And it's going to go to Perkins, who's been busy. 20-point lead to the Swans. Left foot kick is safe and found Gray, who wheels onto the right boot. Out wide in towards Tristan Maple direction. He's covered his 10,000 steps for the day, no doubt. Lowers the eyes, kick, made it difficult for Battistella. Mortlock will do the mopping up. Find the hand pass towards Connolly. Pope, standing start. Kept the ball moving. Who got it to Lang. Over there was good play to Gunser. Back to Connolly, to Bertoni. Good passage here from Redan. High up and under kick. George from the back. Good effort there from Wardley. They release the ball and they'll get out of trouble again, the Swans. All on the same page through O'Brien, who got it to Fraser, who found Smart on half-back. You can just take some air out of the game momentarily. Been a while since we had a stoppage. A couple of players cramping up as Smart goes in the direction of Foot, who took a nice mark on broadcast centre wing. So look to thread the needle, overcook the kick, turnover. Matthews can lower the eyes and come wide to the pocket, and the kick was okay and found Collins. You think George the target, he's the likely one that can get it done. I think the kick was meant for him, but it went off the side of the boot. Ford couldn't hang on to the mark. Swans under the pump. All Ford cop one high. It's the right call, and he'll go back and have a shot here. I reckon Redan are a point shy on that scoreboard. I think it should be 7-7. But no doubt there'll be a correction at three-quarter time. Can't be that hard. So Ford with ball in hand. Chance to narrow the margin to what I believe a 17-point deficit. So deliberate shot on goal here from Redan and Ford. And it's good. There's a pulse here for the Lions. They creep back to within 17 on the back of that Ford goal, who's been busy. Ford. It's his first, the big man. Don't forget, we'll keep you updated with some entertaining games around the BFNL this afternoon. Just a couple of goals separating the three other games. Bacchus Marsh, Sebastopol, North Darley and Melton Sunbury. These are the only ones that have really kicked away from their opposition. We're going to restart right in the middle of the ground, and there's some shenanigans going on behind the ball. Zach Maple and Gunser. We'll keep an eye on the play. Zach Rinaldi, right foot kick, territory gained at that. Shallow entry through the hands of Matthews. Doing the sharking there was McNamara. Couldn't find Fitzgibbon. That would have gone straight into the bunker on the golf course. Such was the intent of McNamara, but he's sliced that right. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Geez, I wish I could boundary throw in my shots out of the bunker to make that game so much easier. Here's a chance for Kai Jess out of stoppage. Ran to half back. Onto the left boot. Now Fraser can mark this, but look out, here comes George. But did the discipline thing there, George, and kept Fraser out of hospital. So he goes with the left boot. That matching kick from half back to half forward's been reciprocated. Chance here for the Swans at ground level. Jess fighting hard for it. How are the umpire? Oh, holding the ball. Bit stiff. Don't mind if I say so myself. So the Dreamer kick is a grass cutter, and it's been cut off there by Matthews, who can rebound for the Lions. It's a good mark taken there by McLean, who had to stop and prop. Mark Andor free kick. So the left footer will weigh up the options. Got Pope in the middle of the ground. He just thought he had someone on him there, Pope, but he didn't realise it was an umpire. He took him on there, McLean, with some evasive skills. And to get the ball to Jess, who's starting to accumulate in this third term. Bond in front. Oh, at the back. Nice mark taken there by Zach Rinaldi. Yeah, handy pair, as I touched on there, the Rinaldis. Excellent addition to the Swans outfit. Right foot kick, beyond half back. Foot got pushed, but the umpire said it was fair. It'll be Pope. No, it was Kite, in fact. Send it long! Gee, I thought there was nearly a mark there. We'll get a ball up top of the goal square here for Redan. A couple of players falling over. They've had too many shots. I'm not talking about the ones on goal. Ball up. Look at those players around the ball. Bond won the tap. Loose ball. Rinaldi played for the push, didn't get it, but they'll get the stoppage, the Swans. It's a 17-point ball game, in my opinion. I beg to differ to that 18-point margin suggested on the scoreboard. Ford won the tap. Carroll couldn't impact the contest. Foot again. Tried hard, the big fella. It's been an interesting duel in the ruck. Ford grabbed it out of the ruck. Snap out of the pack. Went about 9 metres. Bouncing ball. Foot race on here. They need to be clever. Bond, well, tried to be with his foot, but wasn't in the end. Chance here for Collins, normally good at ground level. Had to release the ball only as far as Wardley, who went back to Tristan Maple, who couldn't keep the ball in. Off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. Ballarat 11-6-72. Redan 8-7-55. Boundary throw-in. Redan in attack. Time on. 26.5 minutes gone. Final term. Ford went over the back to McLean. Well, he got bumped. Lions wanted high. And then when that was denied, the Swans wanted ball. The umpire said no. Stoppage. Ball up. Tap one by Ford. Just spat it out, but there's just, 20 seagulls fighting over a chip here at City Oval. The chip being the footy, of course. There's Redan. Hang on to a 17-point lead here. In the shadows of City Oval. Good use of the body there by Ford. Got it to McLean on his non-preferred. And he's off to the right through for a minor score. Clever tap there from Ford to create that opportunity. He's had a good afternoon, the Redan ruckman. So it'll be the trusty boot of Tristan Maple to bring the ball back into play as we near 27.5 minutes gone in this third term. Kick in is safe. It'll go to Squires, who came broadcast side to Butler. Meeting the sandwich, was up to the task. Good grab. Eyes for the ball, took it at its highest point. Got a little stinger for his trouble. Squires will get on the end of this. Got the handball receive and went short to Smart. He's going to be a good player next couple of years, this young fella. So he just sits the ball up towards half forward, foot the target. Ford provided the challenge to negate and was successful, but the ball fell in the hands of Gray, who got it to Zach Rinaldi, who got it to Hooper, who sent the ball forward. Turned on a dime there, was Dreamer, outside of the right boot, is arguably the goal of the day. So he kicked the first goal of the game, and now he's kicked Ballarat's 12th, and he's second of the afternoon. Ballarat 12-6, 78. Lead Redan 8-7-55, but we'll check that score at three-quarter time. That's too much for me to be worrying about. But Draper gets his... In fact, it was it was Jake. It was Noah who kicked the first goal of the afternoon. So, of course, Noah off the ground after a heavy hit Oh, that's just heartbreak for the Lions. Ballarat getting that goal in the dying seconds of the third term. And the scoreboard yet to update. They haven't even added the Ballarat goal. So they've fallen asleep at the wheel here at City Oval. The sunlight has just sucked the energy out of the timekeepers. And but the siren has sounded. So there's someone in there. Thank God. So the three-quarter time score, expect an adjustment on that. I anticipate Ballarat 12-6-78 will lead Redan 8-8-56. So it's a 22-point ball game. So it was a 24-point lead at quarter time, and it's pretty much prevailed the same since quarter time. Guys, we'll just take a look at the goal scorers here before we take a look at scores around the grounds. McLean has 3 for Redan, 2 to George and 1 each to Ford, Collins and Connolly. Whilst for Ballarat, Biggie, he booted 3, Hooper 2, and 1 each to Squires, Jake Drever, Noah Drever, Zach Maple, Harry Butler, and Jake Harwood. So, and the Swans, yeah, not without some problems of their own, despite a comfortable lead at the final break, with Biggie Newing done for the day, would look like some kind of lower league complaint. Noah Drever, well, he's copped a bit of concussion there. So we'll keep an eye on that. And young Haints, he left with some what appeared to be a kick to the shin. So, guys, we'll take a break. It's Ballarat who are in the driving seat here at City Oval with a comfortable 4-goal lead, or a point either side of that. We'll just wait for the goal umpires to refer with the timekeepers to get that score accurate. We'll have that for you at the start of the final term. So we'll just give you BFNL scores from around the grounds before a break. Okay, let's just take a look at these. Geez, there were some rippers going on. The Bacchus Marsh need to make home. They've only had a 1 win there last year, 1 win this year. But they're back within 3 points. Sebastopol 50, Bacchus Marsh 47. North Ballarat 32, Darley 61. Melton 50, Sunbury 51. What a game going on at Mackey Park. And East Point have extended a 50-point half-time lead to a 57-point lead near three-quarter time. Guys, a final break here under sunny skies here at City Oval, and we'll be back with the final quarter action in 5 minutes.
Macca's meets the Minecraft universe with the new A Minecraft Movie Meal. Get one of 6 new collectibles and your choice of a Big Mac or 10-piece Chicken McNuggets with new Nether Flame sauce. Feel like a kid again, only at Macca's.
Scarborough got on the right side off that stoppage. Set the ball forward.
Oh!
Nearly brought down mark of the year. Shot on
Goal.
It's good. They'll take that.
He's happy to let Owen know about it.
Questions being asked of the Bloods defence. Excellent work there from Huxtable on Heaney. He'll get it back here off Kovacevic. Another shot.
Got it.
Now that'll reach the highlights reel. Davis couldn't hang on to the mark. Lose ball opportunity here. Cobras with the outside of the right boot. It could be.
Got it.
It may be something out of nothing. What a great finish. Welcome back to City Oval ahead of the final quarter action here. Score has been amended. It's a 22-point advantage to Ballarat. He'll kick to the right of screen in this final term. First clearance all important. Hooper will get that by hand. Got it towards Smart, who went with the right boot. Out wide towards Harwood. Could have been held. Wanted it. Denied. Ground ball opportunity for Zach Maple. Fought hard for it. Nearly stole it away, but it's going to come back. And that free kick, that initial hold on Harwood has been paid. So Harwood from outside 50. Let's not forget Redan kicked the opening goal of the second and third terms. But that pattern could be changed here in the opening minute of this final term. And Zach Rinaldi will go back and have a shot on goal. Scores level at Mackie Park, 51 apiece, Melton and Sunbury. Darley lead North Ballarat by 37 points. And there's just 1 point in it at Mattingley Park between Bacchus Marsh and Sebastopol. Each point 10 goal leaders over the Lakers. So in the opening minute, a chance to extend the lead for the Swans. It's all about by how many? I reckon 6 is about right. And Zach Rinaldi kicks a goal. And Ballarat get their 13th of the afternoon. 2 goals in 2 minutes, really. It's like one of those hat-tricks that you forget about. The last ball of the previous over. And the first ball of the next. Because Ballarat got that goal in the final minute of that third term. And they've got back-to-back goals with the first of the final. And an important break, a 28-point lead. Zach Rinaldi gets his first. Back at the restart. Neither ruckman could win the tap. Ground ball opportunity here. Swans have numbers. Stolen by Connolly. Took on the tackle of Smart. Held to him, said the umpire will get a ball up. Not a cloud in the sky here in Ballarat. Ball up. Tap there. Won by Foot. Bond. Applied the pressure. Squires been busy today. Shoveled it out to Gray. Touch of the fumbles. Over the door for Jesse. He can get onto the left. He does now and has a shot on goal. We're going to pulse here for the Lions at City Oval. What a great finish there from Jess. And no more important goal of the afternoon. Gee, a couple of opportunities in set shot play for the Lions in that third term. Denied them. Maxing out. Reeling in that deficit. They kicked 3-4 in the third term to Ballarat's 3 goals, 1. I reckon they left a couple out there, Redan. But as I said earlier, must stay in the present, Redan. And they're within 22. They just can't get it back to 2 goals. Pretty much since the quarter-time break. Ford tapped it, bounced off the head of Gray, back into Foot's hands. He went back to Gray. Oh, no, Pryor. He's paid that. And they're off to the races. Now it's going to come back. So some urgency for Redan, clearly. Pope ran to the outside. Denied the handball give by Bond, who had an excellent third term. Goes long into the pocket. George the target, had one hand on it. Loose ball opportunity, chance for Collins, released the ball. George has got a couple to beat. O'Brien was good. Hurried kick out of defence, fell into the hands of Battistella. So steadying exit out of defence made by the Swans. As the shadows start to creep over City Oval. And he elects to go along the line in the Butler direction. No push. Now Redan got numbers at the back of this contest through Matthews. Look out, guns up. Released the ball, did well, got it to Pope. He'll keep running, he'll get it back here. And he'll send it towards outer centre wing. Good play there from Pope. Important link in the chain and some, and he got it to Lee, who went to half forward. Good spoil on Bond there by O'Brien. And the sidestep on Connolly was good. Went with the right boot to outer centre wing and found Jake Treber, who can run away. He didn't know whether to bounce or touch it on the ground. He ran his measure. Half forward, lowered the eyes. Harwood kept it in front of him. Oh, and then he caught one high. So it was just a little bit clumsy there from the Lions. He just didn't go low enough. And Harwood, with only eyes for the footy, has been infringed. So Harwood, one of about half a dozen players to spend some time in the ruck. Well, some minutes. Or in Harwood's case, seconds pretty much. But he was an option at centre bounce there for a while. So he gets plenty on the kick. Tumbling one at that. Off to the left for a minor score. Ballarat's 7th behind of the afternoon. Margin 23. Is it? The ball comes back into play safely to Pope, who fed it back to Gunser on his preferred left. Hugs the line. One bounce over the line for a boundary throw-in. Margin 23. Goal apiece in this final term. Still plenty to play out here, you'd think. Squires missed the ball by hand, meant for Rinaldi. Fighting tenaciously there was Connolly with Jess and Foot, the big man. We'll get a ball up right in front of us here, broadcast side. Decent crowd in attendance. You can tell by the background noise, there's plenty of kids around. So I haven't been bitten on the ankle. Ball up. Tap one there by Ford. Came boundary side. Clever hands there from Zach Rinaldi, who got it the smart, who went in board. Free kick. It's going to go the way of Redan, and they're off through Fitzgibbon, who's on his non-preferred, but somehow gets back onto his right towards the attacking 50. Went over there to Constable. Chance for Lockie Bond. Tried to keep it in front of him. Swing and a miss. Gathered there by O'Brien. He'll just send the ball back. Oh, he just snuck it in just inside the boundary line. Mark taken there by Zach Rinaldi. Was that a good game? Right foot kick to centre wing. Pope under it, and his name written all over it. So Pope wheels onto the right boot. Shallow entry inside 50. Turnover. And it'll be O'Brien who switches play to the other side. That was Paddy O'Brien to Perkins, who gets the overlap onto the left boot out in the Hooper direction. It was strong on McNamara. Took a nice overhead grab just inside the boundary line. Ballarat lead by 23 here. So it'll be Hooper just along the line. Safe kick in the Butler direction. Ushered his play. Matthews under the ball. Dribbling ball with the outside of the right boot. Fell into the hands of Harwood, who got it over the top to the speedster there in smart. And he's missed. Bad luck, young fella. So an opportunity gone begging for the Swans to consolidate this lead. It's already 24. They'll be happy with that. But just the blanket, or the safety blanket, but another goal would do them just fine. Gunster got plenty on the kick. It was cut off there by Fraser. Uncontested in the end. They'll be disappointed with that, the Lions. As Fraser with a high up and under kick inside 50. Butler, second grab, couldn't hang on. Swarm of players around the footy. The umpire will intervene with the ball up 25 to 30 metres away from the Ballarat goal. Tick over 8 minutes gone, final term. 24-point lead to Ballarat. The exact margin of that it was at quarter time. And Squires and Bond just reintroducing themselves to one another. Taj Bond won the tap, only as far as Gray, who got it to Perkins, who want to get onto his left. Kick across the body. Nice mark taken there by Mortlock. Under pressure. Beyond his years, he was able to mark that comfortably. And the kick was good to Fitzgibbon, who got it to Pope, who looked to draw the man. Found Gunser, caught in the phone box, fed it back to Pope. Wants to break the tackle, and he did well. Been a good play today, but the kick let him down. Turnover on true centre wing broadcast side to Fraser. Just needed another support lead up to present, but it wasn't forthcoming. Fraser onto the left. Gets plenty on the kick towards the attacking 50. Players set themselves. A nice mark taken there by Gunser, but he's infringed, said the umpire. And Zach Mabel will take the resultant free kick, and 50. Just took too long to give it back. And when you give a 50 away on the 50-metre line, you know what that means. This will take Zach Maple right up to the goal line here. And they've come from everywhere here to remonstrate. Bit of a jumper hold and the like. But that won't add to the degree of difficulty facing Zach Maple here. Right in front of goal. Point blank range, no mistake. And Ballarat get their 14th. And it's back to a 30-point ball game here as we need 10 minutes gone into this final term. So Zach Maple gets his second. So despite the separation of the two sides on the ladder, this will go down as a courageous win to the Swans, given the outs of Haints and Noah Drever, and of course Biggie, who left the field early in that third term. 10.5 minutes gone, final quarter. Redan trailed by 30 points. What say the Lions? How much hunger left in the Pride? Ball up. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Taj Bond. So he just lets us all know where he's going, and it's direct and inside 50. McLean wanted to push, didn't get it. They got numbers at the back here. And there'll be a ball up 25 metres away from the Redan goal. They essentially need 6 goals unanswered to get the lead. Have they got it in them? Well, time will tell that or answer that equation. McLean tackle taken to the ground, another stoppage, ball up, grabbed out of the ruck there by Ford. Could he get onto his right boot? No, he couldn't. He was dispossessed and pinged for holding the ball. And 50, another one against the Lions, not their first 50-metre infringement for the afternoon. Gee, they're just lacking that one lead up or that one support run and give. Redan, that's been a bit of a theme of the afternoon. In transition, or even just out of stoppage, really. Oh, that was a nice pirouette there from Rinaldi after he was met by Gunsap. So he goes back with the 45 to O'Brien. We'll go into the middle of the ground to Fraser, who ran to half forward and got plenty on the kick. Players fly at the back. There was Bond. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go the way of Redan. And it's going to go to Taj Bond. Taj Bond with ball in hand. And he'll look to go to the outer side, the big man. Right foot kick, beyond defensive 50. Went over the head of ball. Gathered there by Bertoni, who went by hand to Collins. And his right foot kick only went as far as Wardley, who's all on his own, and can go laterally to O'Brien. So all the players ahead of the ball. Turnover opportunity. Martin went with it with one hand. Redan have still got numbers. This option important. So he got it to Pope. And his kick didn't let him down on that occasion. Found Connolly, who wasted no time. Went in the George direction. Had to prop in front. Loose ball opportunity for Carroll. Went to ground. Pressure from Fraser. Ball got knocked out of the congestion. Quick hands from Maple. Perkins. Now a chance for the Swans to steady the ship. He's gone over the mark there, Gunser. But they waste no time setting the ball forward. So Zach Rinaldi's kick's been cut off there by McNamara. So McNamara with ball in hand. 13.5 minutes gone into this final term. Now this is a risky kick. It needs to be good, and it was. Was marked well there by Lockie Bond, who can get it over the top to Lee, but he'll put it out in front of him here. Just needs to sit up for him because the Swans are swarming. So he got around the would-be tackle, almost. Forced to release the ball by hand to George, who got onto the left boot. Spearing pass inside 50 was good, and found Collins. Who wasted no time going into the pocket, overcooked the kick meant for Carroll. The Swans defenders have been pretty honest here. Carroll, right foot kick across the body. Missed to the near side, through for a minor score. Well, it's not every day you get the privilege of calling a game of footy out of a creche. It certainly felt like that at times this afternoon up here in the grandstand. It'll be Tristan Maple to bring the ball back into play with the right foot kick beyond the defensive 50. The Swans have got numbers, but not ideal position. Matthews wanted the push, denied by the umpire. And we're going to get a boundary throw in on half forward outer side. Redan 63, Ballarat 92, 29-point lead. The Lions have fought after quarter time, but just been unable to get into that margin. Drever been busy, got it to Battistella, who released the ball, nearly dropped it in the end. And Collins was happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in on half forward outer side. Time ticking away for the Lions here. Just the one win this year. And let's not forget 0 final quarter wins for the season. So the pattern of play of 2025 is against them at the moment. So it'll be Ziggy Lee with ball in hand. And he'll weigh up the options and send the ball. Poor kick. Cut off there by Maple. So a lot of uncontested ball from Redan has resulted in turnover or unnecessary 50-50s. And it's made it easier for the Swans to get the rebound that's essentially been handed to them. And Squires, squarey kick to O'Brien, went through his hands. Maple, good attack on the footy. Couldn't gather cleanly. Gathered there by O'Brien. There was a hold there every day of the week on Gray. And he'll take that free kick on half back out of side. So he had about half a dozen possessions in the first 5 minutes. Gray, he's just been steady thereafter. Fraser's had a bit of it. And he's been... Redan have done him a few favours in that regard, that's for sure. Quick handsome foot was good. Got it to Drever. Went forward to a one-on-one. Good discipline spoil there from Butler. Released the ball to Perkins. Didn't get through the traffic. Gunser was up to the task. He got it to Lang. Oh, this is dangerous. Look out, Ziggy. Couldn't take on, only took on the tackler. Now he's in trouble, but held to him, said the umpire. 29-point lead to Ballarat. 19 minutes gone, final term. So it'll be foot and forward. Forward won the tap. Lang at ground level. Couldn't break the vice-like grip of Smart. And we'll get another stoppage 49 metres away from the Ballarat goal. Tick over 17 minutes gone. Some tired players with hands on knees. And who could blame the Swans, really, being down a couple of rotations. Tap one by Ford, only as far as Perkins. Fed the ball out to Gray, who was elusive. Got onto the right boot. Chance here for Martin. He's tackled, taken to the ground. Good pressure from Zach Rinaldi, and we'll get a ball up. 35 to 40 metres away from the Ballarat goal here. They're pressing for another. Rinaldi again. Just couldn't gather on that occasion. Spat out the back to Smart, who got it to Perkins, who went wide in the Hooper direction. Couldn't hang on to the mark as he went to ground. Lee did the Sharky, fight it out to McNamara, who dropped it. Ziggy Lee got it back and then fed it to Matthews, who got it to Gunser. Great pressure there from Zach Maple and pinged by the umpire. Gee, Zach Maple's forward pressure's been really encouraging for the Swans today. Well, he hasn't won every contest. He's at least been able to halve it or get it out of bounds. He kicked 2 goals, deserved both of them, and he's got a third shot here. By no means an easy shot. It'll be his hardest for the afternoon. Right foot kick across the body has missed to the far side. And a point. So we've got a 5-goal ball game here. Ballarat 14-9-93, lead Redan 9-9-63. It'll be Gunser to bring the ball back into play. And he'll go long with that trusty left boot right into the middle of the ground. Players set themselves. In the middle there was George. He couldn't hang on. Swans claimed a mark, denied by the umpire. Told to play on there was Harwood. For a whistle was blown. We'll get a ball up on true centre half forward. For the Swans, 19 minutes gone, final term. Ball up in the shadows of City Oval. Tap one by Ford. Got it to Lang. He was held up. We'll get another stoppage. Ford again, been busy in the ruck. Wanting an option there was the Lions' kick went forward, went through the hands of McLean, fell into the hands of Lockie Bond. He'll have a shot on goal here, and the kick is good. So the Lions crawl back to a 4-goal game. They're 10-9-69. They just won't go away. It's been 4 goals or a goal either side of that pretty much in its entirety since the quarter-time break. That was a good finish there from the Port Melbourne BFL listed Lockie Bond, who's been freed up somewhat in the absence of Biggie Newing, who left the field early in that third term. It's been able to have an impact in an offensive way. So back at the restart, it'll be Ford and Harwood, who's gone back into the ruck. George wanted the hold, denied. Connolly took on the tackle, got it back to George, who took on the tackle himself. Left foot kick into the pocket. Tajman the target, bounced off his hands. Terrific work from the big fella. Kick across the body is good. 2 goals in a minute for the Lions. That was my favourite goal of the day too. Taj Bond swooped on the ball. Showed some great agility in the air. And, well, the agility more so at ground level, obviously, but the finish was, well, not dissimilar for a man half his size, really. Time on. 21 minutes gone, final term. Redan 75, trail Ballarat 93. 18-point lead. Redan, can they get the next one? Ball up. Tap one by Ford. Second effort was good. Couldn't break the tackle of Foot. He did enough to square away the stoppage. So, while Ford's had a good game in the ruck, Foot's toiled manfully, I'll say that. So there goes Foot again. Dribbling ball to half forward. Gleeson in front. Connolly looks dangerous. Bertoni picked it up, sent the ball forward. Bouncing ball. Copped the leg break and rolled through for a goal. She likes a fortune. Spinning deck here at City Oval. He gets his first of the afternoon. Bertoni. Apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly. 12-point ball game. Redan with the last 3 goals of the game. Time on, final term. They need 2 more and another score unanswered in time on to get it done. The Herculean performance, they were 5 goals down at the 18-minute mark. Funny game, footy. Redan back in it. They trail by 12 points. 22.5 minutes gone. Final term. Stick with us. Ball up. Neither ruckman could gain the ascendancy. Gray couldn't get any penetration on the kick. George took a while to pick it up. Then it was tackled, taken to the ground. And the umpire will square away a stoppage right in the middle of the ground here at City Oval. Perfect conditions for footy. Near 23 minutes gone. Ford fights hard. Unable to release the grip of Foot. And we'll get another ball up. 81 plays 93. 23 minutes gone. Final term. Ballarat lead by 12 points. Foot won that tap only as far as Lockie Bond. Shoveled it out to George, who's a penetrating kick. And he just does that. He obliges and sends the ball forward. Bouncing ball. Taj Bond tried to knock it to the advantage of Lockie McLean. Bouncing ball. Oh, Constable ran into the point post. Opened the door for McLean. But the Swans support staff arrived. Left foot kick across the body from Bertoni. Missed all and sundry and rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. Gee whiz. Could be another casualty for the Swans. He's just taking his time to get to his feet, and rightly so. Even the point post is feeling it. Boundary throw in. Redan in attack. They trail by 12 points. Bond in front spot. Neither ruckman could gain the ascendancy. We'll get a ball up here. Every player on the ground in Redan's front half. To 7 players outside their 50. Connolly took them all on and couldn't break the shackles of Gray and Lewis Rinaldi. Restart. Redan trail by 12. Bond won the tap. There's a high. And Lockie Bond's going to get it. Wow, this will bring Redan back within 6 points. 81 Redan, trail Ballarat 93. This will be for 4 goals in a row. So Lockie Bond will walk away from us here with a deliberate shot on goal. Distance won't be a problem. How's the accuracy? He snuck it in, much to the applause of the Lions faithful here at City Oval, and they're within 6 points. 25 minutes gone, final term. The last 4 goals of the game to Redan, and they've kicked them in basically 8 minutes, really. And they brought a 30-point deficit down to just 6. And now we have some time up our sleeve as we tick past the 25-minute mark. And Bond, as I touched on, his impact has gone to a new level in the absence of Biggie. So Ballarat have kicked the 2 goals this term, and Redan are coming. They've kicked 5 of their own. Back at the restart. Ford's been enormous. Pope's provided run, carry all day. Never given up the go. Send it wide to Fitzgibbon. The Swans, given their casualty list, starting to run out of legs. And understandably so. But can Adrenaline get them over the line? Fitzgibbon to the top of the goal square. Loose ball. Gathered there by McLean. He might have copped one high. Umpire said no. Soccer off the ground from Carroll. Only went as far as O'Brien, who can steady the ship with a running bounce and execute by foot beyond the defensive 50. Out the Hooper direction. Juggling attempt. Took it on the second grab. And all the experience in the world. Hooper will tell his fellow Swans just to slow it down a bit. And as they'll endeavour to get some uncontested marking, or basically some kicks along the line towards the boundary line. Butler the fly, had it knocked away from him. Ground level opportunity. Shark there by Harwood, high up and under kick. Went in that man's direction. Must be Superman. Cut off there. Opportunity for Gunser. Running bounce. Ran to the defensive 50. Chip was okay. Fitzgibbon again. Likes to hold his width on the wing, Fitzgibbon. And the tail of the tape, cramping up, continues from the Swans as Fitzgibbon goes to half forward. Bond had plenty of it, couldn't bring it down. Tackle was good from Gleeson to square away a stoppage at centre half forward. 5 goals to 2 in this term has Redan within a goal. Chance for Gleeson, 51 metres out, set sail. Oh, was a touch on the line. The bounce back into play to came off the boot of Carroll and just missed off to the left, through for a minor score. Gee whiz, 5-point ball game. Call it a handy point, call it what you like, but how that didn't end up in a goal to Redan is beyond me. Now the Swans will be asked to defend. Through Maple, speak of truth that will come. Broadcast side kick smothered by Carroll. Opened the door for Taj Bond, who just tumbled the ball onto the boot. Will it go the required? It did. Paid there by the umpire to Squires. And 50. Gee, that's 4.5 for Redan. 4 50-metre penalties in the second half. Yeah, whilst they've been brave, they've just been their own worst enemy at times. And Squires looks to be a little bit sore after kicking that as well. But the kick was okay. And Fraser will just walk the ball forward and take some important seconds off the clock. Delivers to the attacking 50. Butler at the back, just outpointed Grant on that occasion. Played on, didn't need to. Went by hand to Zach Maple, who went back to Butler. Tumbling kick forward. Players set themselves. Opportunity for Hooper. Swinging a miss by foot. Loose ball opportunity here for George. Gathered cleanly, weighed up the options, and went out in the McLean direction. He can gather here, go inboard to Connolly if he wants, but he set the ball forward to Taj Bond. Got it! Well, even the adults have come to life here at City Oval. As if the kids weren't enough, the atmosphere has really gone up a notch here at City Oval. The home side back in it with a shot on goal to hit the front. Gee. This will bring the cot down. If we can kick this Bond. Taj Bond, he's been dangerous. Kick 1 goal, he missed a few. No more important kick this afternoon. We arguably had goal of the day earlier in this term. This one, degree of difficulty, somewhat easier. But the pressure is up to the task, Bond, and he's got Redan in front. Who would have thought? 30 points down to the 18-minute mark. They now lead by 1 point, 11 minutes later. The once flying Swans are now walking. They're the walking wounded here at City Oval. Redan 93. 94 now. Ballarat 93. Geez, if there's any time they want to get the scoreboard right here at City Oval, it's now. Back in the middle of the ground. 30 minutes gone, final term. Ball up. Tap one there by Wellfoot. Ball went to ground. Players in from everywhere. Fraser, one of those. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go the way of the Swans through Maple. They couldn't give a fifth 50-metre penalty away, surely. Maple with the right foot kick. Inside 50. Butler! Oh, couldn't quite bring it down. Umpire call. Play on. Loose ball opportunity. Find out to Perkins. Threw the ball onto the boot. Across the face. And out of bounds on the full. Time now ticking away for the Swans. Who would have thought? 30-point lead 12 minutes ago. They now trail by 1. They're not unfamiliar with the draw either, Ballarat. They'll just about take that from here. Kick beyond the defensive 50 for the fly. Bond there too. Taken to the ground there by Maple. We'll get a ball up here as time ticks away. 31 minutes gone. Redan 94, Ballarat 93. Everyone on the edge of their seats. Parents hanging on to their children who are sitting on the edge of seats. And we'll get a repeat stoppage 65 metres away from the Ballarat goal. They're 2 kicks from home. Or kicking a goal, Ballarat. Can they win stoppage? Pope's been enormous. Shoveled it out towards Collins. Good territory gain. They've got a 2-on-1 here, the Swans. They'll get a chance to rebound through O'Brien. Right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Ford. Off hands. Rinaldi wanted the high. Didn't get it. We'll get a ball up 49 metres away from the Ballarat goal. Ball up. Tap one by foot through traffic. Squires had a good afternoon. To Fraser, who can send this ball deep. Umpire will pay the mark. Players set themselves loose ball. They get it through for it's a rush behind. Ballarat, can they believe it? They're facing another draw. 94 plays 94. The umpire's just not dissimilar to a cricket captain arranging the field. As Gunser runs his territory and some. Left foot kick to outer centre wing. Fraser got the spoil. It's going to ask something of Squires. Couldn't gather cleanly. Just could find the hand pass out towards Collins. Tumbling ball. Well, found the safety of the boundary line. We'll get a throw in on true centre wing broadcast side. Gee, no one's asked for deliberate in 3 years. It's amazing. It'll test the mental capacity of the onlooker when scores are level. 32.5 minutes gone into a final term. Throw in. It's game number 200 between these two sides. Who would have thought? Draw would almost be fitting given the history. We'll get another stoppage here on centre wing broadcast side. 14, 10, 94 apiece. Tick over 33 minutes gone. Ball up. Ford. Off the chest, George swinging a miss by foot. Next territory gain out of here. Very important. One clearing kick here could get one player within range. Who'll get the clearance? Or will time run out for both sides? Lockie Bond onto the right boot. Out to a vacant forward 50. Bouncing ball. Bond went to ground. Speak of Taj. Swans kept their feet through O'Brien. The dummy was good, but look out. He released the ball. Got it over towards Dreber, who was clean in the end. Right foot kick. Tristan Maple dumped as he kicked. Bouncing ball. Got it to brother Zach. Looks to square it up. Nearly fell over at the crucial time. Ran to 49. Squarey kick. Gray's got it. Luke Gray, who's had such an impressive month with ball in hand for the Swans, will go back and have a shot on goal. Any score will do for the Swans, who were 30 points up 16 minutes ago. Now scores level and a shot on goal as we near 34 minutes and 20 seconds into a most exciting climax to this BFNL round 8 fixture. Luke Gray, shot on goal is a point. So, Gunser, you couldn't wish for it to be in better hands, but time surely against Redan now. As he wastes no time. Penetrating kick into the middle of the ground. They need a grab. Bond from the back. Couldn't hang on. Chance here for chest kick. Important smother there from the Swans. Connolly ferocious. Tackle taken to the ground. We'll get a ball up. 35 minutes gone. Gee, I thought they fell asleep at the wheel, the timekeepers in the last quarter. Someone better check on them. Boundary opportunity here for Lee out of the congestion. Middle of the ground, Gleeson needs an important touch. Got it to Pope. Right foot kick. Goes forward. Players set themselves. McLean, was it? They wanted the push denied by the umpire. Hurry kick. Back towards Hooper. On outer centre wing. He's got the free. He'll just chip it over the top here. They'll get the overlap, the Swans. They spilt drop what they should have taken. That was holding the ball. Zach Maple's lucky to get away with that. And we'll get a ball up. Welcome to the circus. 1 point lead to Ballarat. 35 minutes, 40 seconds gone. Gee, you could have cooked a roast in this final term. Ground ball opportunity. Fight out there by George. Left foot. High up and under there from Jess into the middle of the ground. And the siren sounds. In the 200th meeting between these two sides, both had their opportunities late in this game as Redan booted 6 goals in the final term. But a mark to Luke Gray in the 33rd minute and a conversion, albeit a point, was enough to get the Swans head in front at the final siren. Take a bow, all 44 players and the coaching staff. What a game we have witnessed here at City Oval. Well, it was seemingly just playing out to a 4 or 5 goal win to Ballarat. Redan really found something and booted 6 goals unanswered, really, in that final term. They kicked 6 goals, 2 for that final term to Ballarat's 2 goals, 5. But it just wasn't enough in the end. Gee. And a courageous effort by Ballarat. Well done. I mean, they had a couple of players done for the day. I've mentioned those players throughout the afternoon. Young Haints, Noah Draver, and the big fella. Well, that was the turning point in the game, really. He had 3 goals and he needed the attention of Lockie Bond, so that was quelling Bond's ability offensively to impact, as he's more than capable of, and he ended up kicking 2 goals in the end, Lockie, and taking almost 10 marks in that second half. But all honours with Ballarat in the end, not taking anything away from the gallant Lions. But it's Ballarat 14-11-95 have defeated Redan 14-10-94. What a ripper. So the BFNL's match of the round has lived up to the billing, the 200th meeting between these two sides, and it's ended with a win to the Swans, who consolidate their position in the top 6, while a second win of the season for Redan eludes them. Well, I did ask of Redan, can you win a 4th quarter? Well, they certainly did that last one, but it was all to no avail in the end. And some clearly dejected Lions players and faithful. Yeah, well, we have witnessed a ripper game. It could have gone either way. The 200th meeting between these two sides. Ballarat have done it by a point. Let's go through the goal kickers for Ballarat. Newing, Biggie, he booted 3. Hooper 2. Zach Maple 2. And 1 each to Squires, Zach Rinaldi, Jake Drever, Noah Drever, Butler and Harwood. Whilst for the Redan, McLean 3, George 2, Lockie Bond 2, and 1 each to Jess, Ford, Bond, Collins, Petruni and Connolly. So the score's just gone momentarily, but in the end, Ballarat have won by a point. We do know that for a fact. In a most thrilling conclusion to this BFNL Round 8 fixture. Let's just take a look at some scores around the grounds. They'll be flat out matching that, I tell you. And just as I went to go online to check out Play HQ, they've asked me if I'm human. So that's the robot question that I haven't got time to negotiate live to air. So can we get some live scores up off the match centre in other games if we can? So stick with us via the BFNL match centre for some final scores in other games. Bacchus Smash 62, Sebastopol 87, Darley 87, North Ballarat 56, Melton 82, Sunbury 65, and East Point 131, Lake Windaree 42. So winners today will be East Point, 89-point winners over Lake Windaree. Sebastopol, 25-point winners over Ballarat on the road. Darley, 31-point winners over North Ballarat at Mars Stadium. And Melton, who have answered the challenge of Sunbury to win by 17 points. And a thriller here at City Oval, where Ballarat has defeated Redan 14-11-95 to Redan 14 goals 10-94. Well, guys, on behalf of a sun-kissed, from a sun-kissed City Oval, on behalf of Elijah and the eyes behind the camera and Todd Whelan, we trust that you've enjoyed this afternoon's edition of Round 8's BFNL match of the round. It's the Swans who've downed Redan by 1 point.
Macca's meets the Minecraft universe with the new A Minecraft Movie Meal. Get one of 6 new collectibles and your choice of a Big Mac or 10-piece Chicken McNuggets with new Nether Flame sauce. Feel like a kid again, only at Macca's.
Scrabble got on the right side off that stoppage. Set the ball forward.
Oh!
Nearly brought down mark of the year. Shot on
Goal.
It's good. They'll take that.
He's happy to let Owen know about it.
Questions being asked of the Bloods defence. Excellent work there from Huxtable on Heaney. He'll get it back here off Kavakovic. Another shot.
Got it.
Now that'll reach the highlights reel. Davis couldn't hang on to the mark. Lose ball opportunity here. Cobras with the outside of the right boot. It could be.
Got it.
It may be something out of nothing. What a great finish.